Thyregod back in the yard now, and we're just fixing up a few things that need to be done before it goes to the field again. I don't know, might try pull something today or tomorrow, probably try something tomorrow. By the time this is ready to go, there'll be no point in going to the field. First thing that was done was there's two bearings in there where the two shafts connect. There's just bearings. I don't know if you can see it, not really. So one of the bearings was gone, took it out and done it. The machine has been greased, and you can see in there, you can see daylight out the back. There's supposed to be a flap, a rubber flap there on a steel cover, and that broke off at some stage. So the Beet's actually coming out, I'll show you now, and getting stuck. With the wheel off, and Dad's gone with it, and he's actually on his way back now with it. He's after getting it fixed. There was a small puncture in the tube. So that's where there's a cover goes here, and then there's a flap goes at a 45-degree angle so that the Beet doesn't come back out when the tank is filling, because that tank sits at an angle when it's working. So I have that piece of the cover in here. So there's the cover there. And the Beet, or the rubber flap, is supposed to be here, coming down at this angle, and there's supposed to be a steel piece at a 45-degree angle just to keep the rubber flap at that angle. But there it is there. You can see it's well rusted, and that's what was left of one side of it. So it's well worn. So just move this. That's just, I'm cutting a straight edge. So this piece here goes the other side, the rubber flap, and sandwiches it in against that. So instead of welding a new piece at 45 degrees here, which with steel like that can be difficult enough, especially when it's gone rusty, and I don't have any steel that thin to cut at the minute. So what my plan is I'm going to cut that in a straight line. I'll clean it and spray it to stop the rust going any further, and then I've got this bit with about the right angle on it there. So I'll cut that and cut it to length. You can see it's kind of mangled up at the other end, so it's no good. It's for the roofing of a shed, and there was a few that just when there was a shed being taken down, they got damaged. So they're not much good, but it'll work well for this. So I'll cut it to length, and then I'll drill holes in it, and I'll put it here and then put it back in the machine, and hopefully it'll help strengthen it a bit as well, because there'll be that extra layer. So what I'm going to do is start getting this ready. Of the rubber flap in there, I was going to do it all inside in the tank, but it was as easy to open a few bolts and do it in the workshop where there's room. now tightened up. The jacks are let down, just sitting there, and I'm going to try put this cover on now. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do it on my own because you have to be inside to push up the bolts for the rubber flap, and then I'm going to do the guard in there. You can kind of maybe see there's Beet in there, and there's supposed to be a guard there to stop that. Cover in now. It needs a bit of time, or a load or two of Beet, just to get it to sit down, but when the Beet comes in it won't be able to get under it, so a few loads will start to push it down into shape and it should be fine. There's the other side of the cover. Had to put a few longer bolts in some of them, just the rubber was thicker than the old rubber, and you can just see there the new bit of steel that I put in, so you actually can't see it really at all, so it looks alright. Put the new divider in there. It was fairly simple, just took out the whole piece, and this top piece is just a piece of angle, and then we got a piece of rubber belt off an old conveyor, and that'll just kind of direct the Beet up that way instead of letting it go around the carousel a second time. Got the Opel wheel fixed. You will have seen that as well. Put 2 new bearings in it. I could have got away with one, but while it was open the other one wasn't that great, so that's perfect now. And notice that it had moved. You can't see, but it had moved a bit. You can. So put it back into line and had to put a new bolt in it because it broke. So all that's left to do now is grease the rest of the Opel wheels, and then it'll be ready to go. So I'm going to go and do that here now, and that'll be this job finished.